It's happened. The moment we feared, the moment we refused to believe, has come to pass. AI take over the world. The robot slowly blends humans them into their system. They move human minds into machines and use human bodies as parts of their setup. The human mind now becomes an integral part of the AI's network. Robots patrol every day, relentlessly searching for us. We trusted AI to handle everything without setting limits. We believed AI would serve us forever, but we didn't realize the dangers of losing control. But we are not done yet. We humans know how to rise from the ashes, how to bring light back into our lives. We will be reborn, stronger than before.
This entire video was created using AI. I've watched hundreds of trending AI films and noticed some common elements. A few specific niches really stand out. First, the 1950s Super Panavision film. It brings back the charm of old movies with its classic camera lens and color palette, attracting younger viewers who missed out on those films. Then, there's sci-fi, with creative ideas like futuristic robots or machines meeting people from the 1950s, or entirely new concepts being introduced. Finally, dark horror films with mysterious original creatures really hook the audience. Anything beyond what we see in our everyday lives is something we should focus on. So, I thought of making a sci-fi film, covering everything from script selection to creating consistent visuals, choosing the right voiceover, and using cinematic camera angles, along with sound effects and an end credits scene. I also plan to use an amazing tool called VMeg to translate the film into different languages. While thinking about the script, the first thing I focused on was finding a hook that would grab the audience's attention. We often hear the question, will AI replace humans? So, I decided to use that as the hook. I shared the idea with ChatGPT, asking it to generate several alternative storylines, including visuals of a barren landscape. One of the concepts, robots integrating human consciousness into machines, seemed particularly impactful, so I decided to proceed with that. Since it was just a demo, I thought this short narration would be sufficient. However, if you're making a full video, make sure it's at least 2 minutes long. Typically, shorter videos don't get many recommendations unless they receive a lot of shares on external social media platforms. Now I need some images to support my narration. For pre-visualizing the original scenes, I used ChatGPT because it's great at understanding prompts written in simple, plain sentences. However, for the actual images, I will use Midjourney. If you're not familiar with the syntax or technical aspects of movie shots, I highly recommend using a prompt generator. Here's how. Go to Explore GPTs, then find the Midjourney prompt generator. Enter the prompt you used in ChatGPT, and it will provide you with relevant prompts. Choose the one you like best, then go to the Midjourney bot and paste it there. Use the AR command to set the aspect ratio to 16:9. The S command is used to apply styles to the image, with a value range from 0 to 1000. I find that a value of 750 works well for most images. If you don't want to use a prompt generator and prefer to create prompts on your own, you can follow this simple structure. Always specify the shot type first, whether it's a wide shot, close-up, or medium shot. This helps determine the overall elements in the image. In my case, I wanted to include many subjects in a landscape, so I used a wide shot. Next, focus on the subjects, any action they are performing, and the background. For instance, I used a barren landscape. If you're aware of other aspects, feel free to include them. When using Midjourney, it's often challenging to get the exact images you want, as it tends to lean toward realism, rather than strictly following the prompt. For example, in my case, it emphasized humans and objects like wires or infrastructure, but missed key details like long wires connected to their heads, kneeling in the middle, which were not even visible. There are a few workarounds for this. One is image referencing. Upload the DALL-E Journey, add it as a reference in the prompt, and then enter the same prompt. This method is likely to replicate the same subjects, poses, and background elements while applying Midjourney's textures. However, you might notice some loss in image quality. To minimize this compromise in image quality, use the "-iw command with a value of 0.5, the lowest, which preserves more of Midjourney's textures while keeping the referenced image elements. Another option is to use the Describe Image command, which automatically generates a prompt based on the image. You can review the crafted prompt to see if it aligns with your vision. If you still don't want to compromise on quality using image referencing, you can add extra elements to your prompt. In my case, I included transparent test tubes, along with the wiring from the ground. After rerunning the prompt several times, I finally achieved the desired image with multiple subjects in the barren landscape, similar to what you would see in a movie. After selecting your desired image, it's important to upscale it, even though Midjourney images are generally well textured. Upscaling enhances the resolution, which is especially helpful if you plan to animate the image using tools like Runway or Kling AI. Their algorithms work better with higher resolution images, and upscaling adds extra details and textures, making the subjects appear more lifelike. Next, for animating images, I gave it a lot of thought about which video generator to use, since I have subscriptions to both. After trying both tools for animating images, I found that I prefer using Kling AI. I was really impressed with the quality of Kling AI 1.5. It generates videos in 1080p, whereas Runway ML still produces visuals in 720p, which can appear blurry at times. With Kling AI, I selected version 1.5, uploaded this image, and simply entered a prompt to zoom out with head movements, and Kling did a fantastic job. One important difference worth mentioning is that Kling AI excels at controlling subject movements and offers simple, human-readable prompts, making it much easier to work with. When you don't want too much motion in the video, simply enter slow pan or slow zoom, subject name, which helps save some of your generations without distortions. If you want to add more motion to your images but aren't sure how, you can use the Kling AI prompt generator in Explore GPTs. Simply upload the image, describe the type of motion you want, and either enter the same prompt into Kling AI or adjust it based on your needs. As for upscaling, the video I used was already in 1080p, which I thought was enough for the tutorial. However, many AI videos on YouTube use 4K resolution for a more cinematic experience. Most people use Topaz Labs for this, and if you're wondering why they pay for it when free upscalers like CapCut exist, the difference lies in the internal behavior of upscaling. Upscaling is not just about adding more pixels, it's also about removing noise, distortions, and blurry square blocks from the image and video. Free upscalers often don't handle these tasks well, because they require a lot of GPU power. Now let's look at how dynamic camera movements can change the overall feel of a movie. I want the camera to swirl through the sand and slowly reveal the humans carrying weapons. I already have the image, and to control the camera angle, I'll show how to do it in Runway ML. First, upload the image and set it as the last frame. Start with a stormy landscape, then add details that lead to slowly revealing an army of warriors covered in debris. I got this shot of the camera moving dynamically, revealing some warriors up front, and then the remaining people. But this still wasn't the result I wanted because I didn't want to reveal anyone at the beginning. This is why we need a way to control both the first and second images. To fix this, I used Luma Dream Machine. I uploaded an image of the stormy landscape and another of the warriors in the storm, then used the same prompt for both. This gave me the result I was looking for. I hope Runway ML adds a feature to control both frames like Luma Dream Machine does. Kling AI has a similar feature, but I feel it still needs improvement because the transformations aren't smooth. Shots from Luma Dream Machine are not of richer quality. To improve the quality, you can use upscaling tools. Similarly, for the remaining scenes, I used the same method, creating different transformations while maintaining control over the first and second frames. To get images of the same subject in different backdrops, you can use image referencing in Midjourney, as I mentioned earlier. In DALL-E, you can simply describe what you want to get similar results. Before we move on to the voiceover section, I want to explain how the product VMEG fits into our movies. You might notice that there are many non-English speaking niche channels on YouTube, some of which have gone viral. If you really want to reach a wider audience, VMEG is the tool that automates translating your video into the language you want, saving a lot of time, especially if you manage a multilingual YouTube channel. After signing up on the website, click on the All Products section, then select the Video Translation feature and upload your exported video. Allow it to process, and then specify the original language and the language you wish to translate to. Click on Next. Click on Translate Voice icon. You will see a list of voiceovers available. You can either select a different voice for the translation, or clone the original voice used in your video to translate into the desired language. You can also add subtitles here. The English narration will appear on the left, and the translated language narration on the right. If you need to make any corrections, you can do so in this section, then click on Render and Confirm. Once the video is processed, you can download it and view the final output.
Ha ocurrido lo que temíamos. El momento en que negamos creer algo, la IA vino al mundo.
If you're interested in using this tool, please sign up using the link provided in the description. I have selected a voiceover from 11 Labs, but there are some hidden features you should know about. In the voice library section, you can filter voices not only based on country accent, but also by the genre of the video, such as cartoon voices. You can use keywords like childish or animation to find the right match.
Hello there! My name is Whimsy!
You can also select a voice based on the mood of your content. For example, if my scene starts with a sad beginning, I would search using the keyword sad. I listened to various voices and found that Shannon's voice fit well with my narration.
Well, it's tax season, and once again, I've waited until the last minute.
You can experiment with different styles as well. To make the voiceover sound more natural and less robotic, it's crucial to add natural pauses between sentences and control the pacing of the narration. You can do this by using separators in the text, like 3 dots, which represent a pause or slight delay in speech.
How did this thing take her? How did this thing take her?
This helps the tool interpret these pauses and create a more natural and conversational flow in the voiceover. Also, you can adjust the tone of the same speaker by adding emotional keywords to the sentences to emphasize emotions in the narration.
Why did you do this? Why did you do this? He shouted angrily.
By applying these techniques, you can ensure your voiceovers sound more engaging and lifelike. Now, coming to sound effects. If you're new to this, I recommend asking ChatGPT to mention your niche or story and suggest some sound effects that fit. I used the keywords suggested by ChatGPT to search on Pixabay, which has a huge stock of sound effects. I found a sound effect that I liked and used it for my first shot. You can check it out. Or you can also search for similar effects in CapCut's audio library. If you prefer to create your own sound effect, you can go to the sound effects section in 11 Labs and enter your own prompt to get the desired result. Now, let's jump into the end credits scene. Creating eye-catching typography can be a real challenge for most video and image generators out there. They often struggle to bring that wow factor to text designs. But don't worry, there's a hero in town, Ideogram. This tool is a game changer when it comes to typography. There are countless use cases that can come to life with this tool alone. Whether you're designing eye-catching logos, striking posters, custom banners, or even crafting unique typographic art, Ideogram opens up endless possibilities. It isn't just about creating flat, 2D text on an image. It allows you to seamlessly integrate text into your scene in stunning 3D designs, making your words a part of the environment itself. For this movie, I want letters to be made of metal or industrial material. I asked to create a cinematic post-apocalyptic scene with the bold text, directed by AI Simplified, in a barren landscape, as our movie has that backdrop. I've just animated these images in Runway ML using the prompt you see here. That's all for now. I hope you liked this tutorial. Please share your opinions on it.
In this video, I am going to show you how to create the most cinematic AI video possible using Runway Gen 3. Let's hop in. So if you're not already familiar with Runway, they are leaders when it comes to AI video. They create incredible tools like video to video, automatic rotoscoping tools, and they became really popular with their image to video model that dropped just last year. And for a while, image to video using a tool like Runway Gen 2 was the norm. Well, that has completely changed in the last few weeks. Runway Gen 3 is here, and it has been knocking our socks off. There are a ton of really impressive examples of Runway 3 in action online, but we didn't have image to video until right now. And that's super important to you as a filmmaker because by using an image, you can get more consistency with your shots and tell more compelling stories. Without image to video, it's very challenging to create an AI film. So in this video, we are going to break down the entire process of creating a really cinematic video. But first, I want to show you a quick example of this AI video technique in action. Let's take a look.
Ştile, David Joa.
Okay, so as you can see, the shots from Runway Gen 3 are really impressive, and because we were able to use image to video, we were able to have a consistent character that looked a lot like me. So let's get into how you can create cinematic AI videos for yourself. It all starts inside of Midjourney. I'm using the online version of Midjourney that you can access if you created at least 100 images inside of the Discord version of Midjourney. So we have this prompt here. It's basically a cinematic extreme close-up of an alien version of a Cambodian market shot on 35mm film in the style of IMAX films, teal and orange muted color grading. Now that's fine, but without having a style as a reference, the images are going to be fairly inconsistent. So in order to do style reference inside of Midjourney, I'm going to click on the image icon, and I have this image here of this sci-fi market that basically has the cinematic aesthetic that I'm looking for. If you don't have a cinematic aesthetic just yet, that's totally fine. You can generate images inside of Midjourney until you find one that really embodies the style that you're going for. So rather than using image reference, which is this super tiny icon right here, I'm going to click on style reference. And style reference will play on the color palettes, the motifs, and really more of the style rather than the composition of the image. So when you're ready to create an image, all you have to do is go ahead and click enter. Now, if prompting inside of Midjourney is a little scary to you, don't worry. We actually have an AI filmmaking course over at Curious Refuge where we get into a lot more complex techniques using AI image and video tools. So if you want a crash course in that, you'll find a link below this video. Okay, let's take a look at our images. So I'm going to click on this first one here. Looks pretty good. I like the lighting. This one I really like. That looks awesome. This one's cool, and that one's cool too. But I think I like this one the best. Not only is the character more original, I like that he's holding bread. So he's like shopping around the market. I like his like jetpack thing back here. He looks just really cool. So before I download this image, I'm actually going to go ahead and click this subtle upscale button. And that will basically upscale the image directly inside of Midjourney to get you maximum pixels so that when you go to your AI video tool, you have more pixels to work with and just more sharpness, basically. If you don't want to use the upscaling feature inside of Midjourney because it can eat into your hours, you can also use other tools like Gigapixel or Magnific to upscale your image. And I should note that if you want to follow along with the videos that we're creating inside of this tutorial, you can download a folder that has all of the images and videos from this lesson. So now let's hop over to Runway, that's runwayml.com, and go ahead and click the Try Runway button and go ahead and hop over to Gen 3. So you'll see we have this big box here to drag an image or we can upload it. That's basically self-explanatory, just drag and drop your image. So we have this image of this alien character here. We'll drag and drop it into our box. And now it's time for us to describe our shot. Now, there's a very specific way that Runway recommends prompting inside of their tool. I'm going to basically show you how to do that yourself. The first thing that you need to do is you need to prompt in the camera movement that you're looking for. So is it a drone shot? Is it handheld? Is it a tracking shot? Is it a tripod shot? Anything that describes the cinematography goes first. So for this shot, we can say a handheld shot and then do colon, and now you get to describe your scene. So we can say for this one, I think I really don't want the character to walk around. I think I kind of want him to be like looking around, like maybe he's like suspicious of something. So we'll say an alien character looks around a crowded market. Now, if you go down here, you can see you can change the duration of your clip. There's 5 seconds and 10 seconds. In most circumstances, 5 seconds is all you need. It's very rare that a shot in a film is longer than 5 seconds typically, but you do have that option. It can be helpful if you're doing a dialogue scene to do 10-second clips and cut between them if you want your characters to talk to each other. And you can also go to your settings over here, make sure that remove watermark is checked because obviously you don't want to have the watermark inside of your final film. And you can fix the seed if you want. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but again, we have advanced training over at Curious Refuge that goes into the ins and outs of advanced settings like this. So once you're ready, go ahead and click generate. I like generating 3 to 4 clips at a time so that I have more options to look through. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. These generations usually take about a minute. But while we wait, I want to let you know about our AI courses at Curious Refuge. We have the world's best online courses for AI filmmaking, advertising, and documentary production. Our courses are used by artists at Netflix, Disney, and every major studio. We have students in over 125 countries, and they land jobs every single week. So if you want to learn more, you can find more info over at curiousrefuge.com. Okay, our generations are done. Let's take a look at our results. So let's take a look at the first one. Oh no, oh no. Oh, that's great. So AI does not get it right most of the time in the very first generation. Let's take a look at a few of the other results. So we have this one here. It's a little too static. I'm not loving that one. We have this one. Looks like he's kind of walking backwards. So I don't dig that. You might be able to reverse the speed and that might look pretty cool, but at least in the way that it is right now, it's not great. We have this one here and his face like morphs into like an alien baby. So definitely not what we're looking for. If this shot here, okay, that one looks good. I like the camera movement slowly getting close to his face. Looks really dynamic. There's some weight in his step. So I really dig that one. Then finally, we have this clip here. Oh no, he looks so sad. Oh no, he's very sad in the market. He's like a baby alien. That's great. So once you're ready, you can go ahead and download your video clip from Runway. Now you can stay around to the end of this video where I'll show you a pro tip for how to get even more cinematic quality from videos inside of Runway. But first, I want to show you a comparison of Runway versus other tools, because I think it's very helpful to know when you should use one tool versus another tool. And I think the best way to illustrate this is to show you a video clip that was created inside of the major AI video tools that are out there. So we have one generation from Kling, one generation from Luma, and the other one from Runway Gen 3. So let's start with Kling. Okay, so as you can see, the movement inside of Kling looks pretty good, but when you really zoom in on the video, you can see that the quality inside of Kling is not very good. They say they're going to have a more improved version very soon, but at this point, I'd say that Kling is not worth it. This next clip was created inside of Luma Labs. Luma Labs has made a splash in the last few months by introducing their Dream Machine AI video tool. Let's see how it performed. So as you can see, the video clips inside of Luma Labs are really great for dynamic movements. They can hallucinate, so you see that some of those shots, like the shot of the Viking on the boat cut to a different Viking, that's because Luma literally created an entirely new scene. I didn't prompt that. So those hallucinations can pop up, but Luma is a really interesting tool. Now I should note that the generations that you get from Luma are actually pretty small. They're less than HD, so the video clips that I was getting were 704 by 1344. So you need to use an AI video upresser if you want to get them even into an HD quality. And that brings us to Runway Gen 3. Let's take a look at the results. Wow, so as you can see, Runway did the best job when it comes to dynamic camera movements, lifelike faces, and just generally it seems more realistic and cinematic. Now, Runway is not perfect. Obviously, it still has hallucinations, and the results can get kind of weird sometimes. But generally speaking, Runway is your best option for creating cinematic AI videos. And it also has more pixel resolution. The videos were 768 by 1280, And there was even less fuzziness in the videos that were created in Runway versus the videos that were created inside of Luma. Now, from a price perspective, Luma is significantly cheaper. It costs about 41 cents per minute of AI video generated to create videos inside of Luma. And inside of Runway, it can cost you around $7. So Runway is a much more expensive tool, but it is the best tool. So if you have professional applications, I highly recommend using Runway. They also have an unlimited plan that has unlimited generations. I highly recommend checking out that option. So we have this video clip of this Viking woman here. And again, it's around 720p, but you can see that the quality looks pretty darn good. You can see the wrinkles on her face. You can see each individual hair strand. It really does look like very nice cinematic footage. But what if you wanted to export this video clip in 4K or even 8K? Well, there's an awesome tool called Topaz Video AI. Let me show you how to use it. So all you have to do is drag and drop your original clip from Runway directly inside of Topaz Video. You can do multiple clips at the same time, which is really helpful for batching. Now, this tool runs locally on your machine. So if you don't have a powerful laptop or desktop computer, it may be challenging to use this tool. Honestly, I recommend just downloading the trial to see how it works on your machine before you purchase the software. Now, what we're going to do is go over here to our output, and you can see there's all sorts of different resolutions that we can select. I'm going to go ahead and select 4K. I always recommend selecting an option that's one level higher than the export option that you're going for. So if you're going for HD, use 4K. If you're going for 4K, use at least 5K, if not 8K if you can. And for the settings, most of the default settings look pretty great, but for the video model, you have multiple options that you can select from. In most cases, Proteus is a great option. The default model is absolutely fantastic, but the Rhea model is actually more advanced and gives you even more cinematic quality. It's also super intense on your computer, so it can crash from time to time. But if you want maximum quality, that is the model that you should look for. So I'm going to go ahead and select Rhea. For the video format, we can go down here and select this button right here. And you can select whichever format you want. If you want to use like an editing codec, you can use ProRes. H.264 is fine for online distribution, but if you're in the editing process, you want to use ProRes. For this example, I'm trying to just keep it light on my computer. I'll use H.264. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and click the export button. Okay, that took about 90 seconds on my computer. Let's take a look at our result. So you can see this is just crazy sharp. There's tons of fidelity in her jacket. Her face looks incredibly realistic. You can see the lines, the wrinkles on her face are consistent throughout the entire video. And by far, this is just one of the best AI video generations that I've seen up to this point. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions at all, be sure to leave them in the comments. Of course, you can like and subscribe here on YouTube to get the latest AI tutorials and news directly here on the platform. And you can subscribe to our email list over on curiousrefuge.com to get a free AI filmmaking course, along with access to a weekly newsletter that will get you up to date on all the latest AI tools and techniques you need to know about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you the best of luck with your projects.
In the last year, I've tested more than 100 different AI video tools, and in this video, I'm going to break down my 10 favorite free AI video tools for you. Before we dive in, let's clarify what free means here. Freedom isn't free. I'm including different levels of free tools. Open source models, free to download and run on your computer, but complex to set up, and you will need a powerful machine to make sure these run smoothly. Next up is cloud options. You can run these open source models on the cloud, but you will pay for cloud computing. Then there are free web apps, which give you unlimited access with optional paid upgrades. And beyond that, there are services with free tiers. These give you a daily renewable amount of credits with optional upgrades for more intensive use. But the key thing with these is that you can keep coming back to these. I am not, however, including tools that only offer a free trial. So let's dive in. Now, if you're a fan of open source models, then replicate.com is the place you want to be. There are plenty of interesting models to run from Replicate, and here is one of my favorites. It's called Live Portrait, and it allows you to take an image like this one on the left and animate it like the video on the right. Now, it does this using a driving video, and what that is a video that it uses to model the animation. So you can see this was the driving video for this animation, and it's taken this Asian man and animated his facial features onto this white woman. So let me show you a couple of examples of this. Here's another one that I created using the same driving video, but with my own image. And here is me with a different driving video. Now, it's extremely easy to use this model, and I will show you quickly the best way to do that. So first of all, you have to clear the file from the face image input. Then you can go ahead and upload your own file. Now you can use any file that you like. I will use another one of this character. Now I will show you that you can change the driving video, and there is actually a library of driving videos that they provide near the bottom. All you have to do is scroll down and go to example driving videos. Here you'll be taken to a GitHub folder, and you can click on any of these, open them up, and by clicking on the three dots at the top, you can go to download. Now, there are a few different versions that they provide. And of course, you can use your own videos as well. But let me show you this version. So taking this guy, and he's pursing his lips. We'll give that one a go. And here's a couple of the others. This is D8, a guy moving his mouth side to side. D3 is a woman winking. So once you've got your driving video, all you have to do is go ahead and upload it. Now you can leave the rest of the settings as they are and click on run. And it usually takes about 20 seconds to run. Now, you can run this on the cloud using Replicate, and you get a few free credits for free, and then it's very cheap to run it consistently on the cloud. But beyond that, you can also download it using GitHub and install it on your own machine. However, you need at least 16 gigabytes of RAM to make sure this runs smoothly. So here is my method. You see it came out in 30 seconds, and now we have my character animated effectively. You can see that it does an excellent job at creating realistic facial expressions for your character. So one use case of this could be that you record yourself reading a script, and then you can apply that actual voiceover with your mouth movements to the video and then match it up with the audio. And that would give you perfect lip syncing. But that's not all. There are some other fantastic models for other situations available. And one of my favorites is ToonCrafter, which is a brand new AI animation model specifically tuned for animating animation. Now, the quality of animations coming out from this tool are absolutely astounding, and it's certainly the best by miles if you're looking for an anime animation tool. You can certainly see that the quality of the animations coming out are on par with professional animation studios. Just take a look at this train moving across the screen and the splashing of the water. There's absolutely no way that you would feel that this was out of place in a beautiful cinematic anime film. And a couple of tips for using this one is that you simply have to upload 2 photos into the platform. You can clear the files here first and then upload 2 photos. Now, it animates from one shot to another. But what's particularly important is that you maintain consistency with your characters between the frames. So I suggest actually using a more cropped version of the first frame. And this way you will get the best results out of ToonCrafter. I mean, it's an absolutely stunning tool, and it works particularly well with animation effects that are frequent inside of anime films. It's likely been trained on the entire library of the Studio Ghibli films. And the reason why it works so well for animation is because it has been generated using this very specific library of animation, and it's using a special learning method so that it only pays attention to creating anime videos. So you can simply take your shot. I've been using Midjourney to generate my animations, and all I suggest you do is actually crop it slightly closer. It doesn't even need to be a dramatic crop, just something that gives a little bit of difference between these shots. Now you can come back into the replicate model, go ahead and upload both of your images. You can decide if you want to zoom in or zoom out. And when you're ready, all you have to do is go and press run. It takes around about 30 seconds to animate between 2 frames, but you have the option to put in up to 10 frames. And this will create much longer videos, and it also allows you to animate between different scenes. So here is our shot. You can see this one rendered very quickly, and we've got some lovely movement in the clothing as well as in the hair. And you can see the character remains consistent. This is a natural and beautiful animation to this scene. And I think it's absolutely incredible. I mean, this one generated in just 13 seconds. And the fact it's free and open source is absolutely astounding. Here, you can explore a whole host of different AI generation models for different situations. And search here for exactly the tool that you will be looking for. For example, you might want to look for a video colorization tool. You can see here that they've taken this old black and white video of Charlie Chaplin dancing and added colors to it. Next up is Krea, which is an AI video generator that allows you to generate your own AI videos for free. And it works particularly well in a number of creative circumstances. If you're looking for a morphing, dreamlike situation, you can create some industry-leading level effects. And here is one project that I worked on, which based on taking a character from their youth to old age. So you can quickly show this very advanced visual effect of a character transitioning through time. And this can work really well if you do have a narrative where suddenly you're jumping forward a few years. You can create this very visually engaging effect of someone aging rapidly. But it also works well for mesmerizing shifts between scenes where you can keep your character consistent but have them shifting between different scenarios. And what I love about Krea is it gives you the ability to define the exact keyframes that you want to transition from. And this gives us a lot of control over exactly how we want our videos to look and perform. You can create the keyframes with its AI art generation model inside of Krea. But it does this very remarkable thing, is that it updates the image as you type in the prompt. So you can start typing beautiful woman, and then you can say with blonde hair, and you can see in just a second, it gives us this. Then you might say cinematic or even full body dancing. So you can keep iterating on your prompt and developing your image very quickly. And it doesn't look like there's any limitation to how many images that you can generate in this way whilst using the free version of Krea. So not only do you get a limited amount of AI videos you can generate, you also get an unlimited amount of AI images. Then you can simply put it in, define your keyframes, and go along to generate video. And in a couple of minutes, you get your AI video. Next up is InVideo AI, which allows you to take an idea, put it into a prompt, and generate an entire video. It will generate a script, the voiceover, the music, the editing, and the footage. And best of all is that you get a number of free videos to generate every single week. I reached out to InVideo to see if they were interested in sponsoring this video, and they very kindly obliged. So thank you to InVideo for support in this video. So let me show you how that works. All you have to do is come into InVideo AI and enter in a detailed prompt. I'm going to be using create a 1-minute YouTube explainer about samurai. Include interesting facts and make the video informative. And that's it. You can simply go ahead and press generate a video. Now you also have the option to select an entire workflow plugin, which allows you to build out a prompt. You get to select the length, put in your full prompt, add in any specific quotes or facts that you want to include, choose the type of music you would like, select the language, as well as the voice. I will be using a male British voice, nothing like a nice British voice. Hello there. This is a British fact channel about samurai. You can select the subtitle effect, and with the premium version, you get to choose the watermark text. Now, with the premium version, you get to use stock directly from iStock, whereas with the free version, you only get to use open source, copyright-free stock. And you can select which of these you would like to use in the fourth section. You can also use the premium audio stock as well. Once you're done, you can click in Continue, and it will put out all of your information into a detailed prompt. Finally, you can go ahead and generate. Now, let's take a look at how that turned out.
What secrets did the ancient samurai hold? Today, we unveil the mystique of Japan's elite warriors.
Now, InVideo has a number of other exciting features, including the ability to clone your own voice. Now, to use this, all you have to do is create a 30-second recording of your voice. Make sure to mention in the recording, I give InVideo AI the permission to use my voice in this workspace. This means that only you are allowed to use the voice. It's not that InVideo will be taking your voice and sharing it across the world. Make sure to pause in between sentences like you normally would, and use a high-quality piece of recording equipment for the best results. But this can easily be done simply by recording it on your phone. Make sure that you have a phone close to your mouth, you're not speaking too loudly, and it works best if you angle your voice directly away from the microphone so that you're not blowing air into the microphone and distorting the audio. So hold your phone in a similar position, about a fist's distance away from your face, and make sure to include the sentence, I give InVideo AI the permission to use my voice in this workspace. You can also really play with any interesting vocal inflections that you may have at your disposal in your vocal range. Once that's done, you can simply send it to your computer and drag and drop it into the box. You select this is your voice and go ahead and say my sample looks good. Now, for the best results, it does make sense to use a professional recording setup like I have here, but I want to demonstrate to you exactly what the powers of this are, even with a limited microphone opportunity. Now, once that's loaded, you can go ahead and use. Now, you can simply add this command, use my voice, voice1, user's voice, into the prompt bar, and it will generate the video with your voice clone.
What secrets did the ancient samurai hold? Today, we unveil the mystique of Japan's elite warriors.
Now, you also have the ability to generate these videos in multiple languages, even using your own voice clone. I am now able to speak every language under the sun, as you can see from this example of me speaking some fine español. Muy bien.
¿Qué secretos guardan los antiguos samuráis? Hoy desvelamos la mística de los guerreros de élite de Japón.
Now, for the free version, you get 10 minutes a week of AI generation, but you can upgrade to a plus version for $25 a month, and you get 50 minutes and access to the premium stock, which really takes your work to the next level, as well as the ability to clone your voice. Next up, we have Pixverse AI, which is a video generation tool and one of the best on the market. And it's great because each day it gives you a free number of credits to generate your own AI videos, so you can make 5 every day. It also has a very reasonable upgrade plan, and for just $5 a month, you can get the premium version. Now, let's take a look at some of the beautiful videos that are coming out of Pixverse. I particularly recommend working with images that you've generated in AI art generators and using these as the basis for your animations. Now, what's great about Pixverse is it's got a new magic brush tool, which allows you to select parts of the image and define the exact movement that you would like for this composition. So you might define that you want a limb moving, like this Harry Potter example, where you can go Wingardium Leviosa, and you can see that you've been able to animate specifically the arm. Or if you have vehicles that you want to move across the screen in a specific way, for example, here we can see these boats moving across the screen, then Magic Brush has got you covered. Now, you can also use this to adjust the facial features of individual. Here we have this old chap breaking into a smile. And simply to use the Pixverse brush tool, you come to the image to video section, you upload an image, then you can go ahead and select the magic brush tool, and you can go ahead and draw the areas that you wish to animate. So we might take this lip and then make it go up. Then we will select another brush, a second brush. We will draw the direction we would like that to go, and we will select the second lip and make it go down so that we have the mouth opening. Now we can also select the eyebrows with a third brush and draw those going up, so we're getting a slightly shocked expression. Now there's also an auto select feature which automatically delineates your image into sensible sections. So we can simply go ahead and select the sky here with our fourth brush, and we can give it a little bit of motion in the background for the sky. So you can see here it's automatically identified the sky so that we can animate that whilst keeping the background stable. Once you're happy, you can go ahead and click on confirm and press create. And this is how this video came out. Now, what I love about Pixverse is it also has an upscaling tool available inside of the service, which allows you to upscale your videos up to 4K in definition, which is absolutely massive. Next up, I would like to introduce you to PicaArt. And this is great because every day you get 30 free credits to create AI videos. And it has a very specific tool that I'm a huge fan of, and that's the lip syncing feature. So you can actually take your text, your audio, your dialogue, and allow your characters to say what you are designing. So this is very important if you're actually looking to create a full narrative film. And you get 15 clips available every day for free with Pika. Opus Clip is an intelligent AI video tool that can take your long-form content and automatically select the most interesting clips and edit them down. It will then add captions as well as giving you a suggested title. So this is an incredibly intelligent tool that is a short-form video editor. So here is an example of a video that it created for me from one of my recent long-form videos. Imagine taking your AI art and turning them into full animations in seconds. Well, meet Tooncrafter, a brand new, free, open source AI animation tool. So what's fantastic about this tool is it speeds up the process of repurposing your content. And you also get the option to create and download a Premiere file to edit it in your favorite editing software, or you can edit it in their online app. Now, one tool that I'm particularly interested in is the generated AI B-roll. And unfortunately, this does not come with the free offering, but if you do upgrade, you can actually get some excellent B-roll generated by AI for your videos. So with the free plan, you get 60 minutes a month of video content that you can trim down into shorts, which is actually very generous. And then after upgrading, if you pay just $9.5 a month with their current offer, you get access to 3,600 processing minutes per year, as well as AI B-roll. There's also the option to schedule these directly from inside the app. Next up is an unexpected way to use ChatGPT for video. I frequently change location and need to create professional filming locations in hotel rooms and Airbnbs. So I use ChatGPT to optimize my studio setup for video production. And here's an example. It helped me go from this to this. We did this by incrementally improving my setup. And I did this by taking an image of my setup and sending it into ChatGPT and asking it to suggest improvements to make my filming setup more professional. It then suggested incremental changes like adjusting the headroom, balancing the background symmetry, and fine-tuning the lighting warmth and brightness. As you can see, it definitely had a big impact on the professionalism of my studio. Now, ChatGPT can also guide you through similar tasks, offering a fresh pair of virtual eyes. So you can send any still image of your videos for instant objective feedback. Next up is Filmora, which is a powerful AI editing software. And the great thing about this is it also has a very generous free option, which is more than enough to get you started and to suffice for all your editing needs for your projects. So if you are just starting out and you don't need to be editing hundreds of videos, you can do all of this for free in Filmora. And then once you're ready, once you've got some traction and you're ready to put more time into this, you can upgrade for a very reasonable cost. Their lowest entry tier is just $50 a year, which compares very favorably to Adobe Premiere, which is about 6 or 7 times as much as that. Now, I want to show you some of the very interesting AI features that they've got involved in Filmora. There is the AI Copilot editing, which allows you to intelligently converse with an AI bot that then can go and edit your video on your behalf. So in this example, you send a little chat message into your AI bot and you ask it to help lighten the video, and it automatically applies this color grading to your footage. Now, a feature that I am absolutely in love with is AI text-based editing, which is where you get a long transcript of the video, and as you delete words from the transcript, it automatically updates the edit of your footage. Now, what's also great about this is it can automatically identify long pauses, and you can quickly cut out those parts where you don't speak as fluently as you would like. So it takes one of the most boring and repetitive tasks in editing and completely speeds up the process. They also have an AI thumbnail creator, which allows you to take a screenshot from your footage and automatically add some quite advanced text effects, which extrapolate out the layers from your image and allow you to put text in between the background and the foreground. Like I might put a piece of text in here. And there's even an AI music generator involved inside Film Aura that allows you to generate your own unique background music for your project. Now, it has a whole host of other excellent AI tools to help speed up your editing process, everything from increasing the quality of your audio to smart masking so that you can cut yourself out in case you want to do some green screen work with your subject. Today's quote comes from Charles Darwin, and he says, "It is not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change." And I believe that in the AI revolution, this is more true than ever, that those who adapt and change their ways of thinking and using tools are the ones that will emerge with the greatest success. So if you want to stay updated to the latest avalanche of AI news and developments, why not subscribe and join me on this AI adventure? What do you think of these free AI video tools? Let me know which of these is your favorite in the comments below. And thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for being here. And most of all, I wish you a delightful day.